Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to F1 2020. This is our first look video here at F1 2020. I don't usually do videos like this. Obviously, this is a motocross pretty exclusive channel, to be honest with you, but it wasn't supposed to be that when I started Start Your Systems. It was supposed to be motorsports. So I wanted to do some more motorsports stuff of late, and because of that, I decided let's go ahead and do a first look video here at F1 2020. Just going to do a couple laps here on the Red Bull Ring, formerly the A1 Ring and Österreich Ring, because they just had the race here in Austria over the weekend. So I figured why not? It's a good place to start. It gives you guys a little quick tidbit of gameplay, and then we can jump into some of the cooler stuff like the career mode aspect and the team creation and a couple other things like that. But so far, my impressions with this game are it's awesome. As a pretty big F1 fan myself, like it's always really cool when a new F1 game comes out. Is it iRacing? No. Is it R-Factor, Assetto Corsa? No, it's not like supremely realistic. It's got a lot of realism to it, but I'll be honest, I'm playing this game with a controller because my steering wheel is actually broken right now, so I need to get a new steering wheel. And it's not that difficult to play this with a controller, unlike iRacing or Assetto Corsa or those other games, which are quite difficult to play with a controller. So because of that, I know that some people don't always love these F1 video games just because they're a little less than, realistic, I guess. But I like it because it's got that good, complete overhaul, true Formula One game where, you can have a career mode. They have all these different cool gameplay features about it. So personally speaking, I love these games. I've always been a big fan of the F1 series, and I've played just about every single one of them, but I rarely do them for videos, so kind of excited to get back into a video series. I think I'm going to try to turn this into a pretty lengthy career mode gameplay of some kind where I do the create a team aspect, which I'll get into in a second. But gameplay-wise, I mean, this game is just really awesome. The graphics are awesome. Obviously, it's all the 2020 cars before they started changing some things up, so this is basically every 2020 car that would have lined up in Australia. So some of the new liveries the guys are running are not in this game, and a couple other things like that, but it's got just about everything you'd want in an F1 game, I feel like, and we'll get into that. So yeah, gameplay is, like I said, just really, really good looking stuff. It's pretty easy to drive these cars, I feel like, just because they stick to the ground everywhere, and like you can kind of throw it around and be pretty fast with it. So I like it because it's not terribly hard to learn, I would say. Like, it's a little bit difficult to get used to the pace, I'd say, but other than that, once you've kind of got it down, I feel like you can really start flowing on these tracks. As I said, I'm playing on a controller. I'm using some of the assists. I have anti-lock brakes on just because I'm still learning the game. Eventually, I'll turn that off. I'm using manual shifting, and I have traction control on as well. Just, again, still learning the game. I'll eventually turn it off or turn it down, maybe not off, but just trying to get used to the game a little bit. So being able to show off the tracks a little bit faster, I think, is better than sitting here and flailing about and crashing all the time. But we'll get into some of the more intricate details of the game, like I said. Just kind of missed my delta in that apex, but I gained it all back on exit. This is one of those games, too, where I did career modes in some of the old F1 games, but the problem I always have is I focus so hard on putting in good laps and really, thinking about the driving that oftentimes I don't end up doing very good at these games. So tend to not usually play them for career modes, but figured this one I would do so, and we'll go back into the pits now. Got a little look of the gameplay here, so let's go ahead and jump out of here and this session and check out some of the other cool features that's part of this game, because there's a freaking ton to go over. But let's advance and move on from here. Jumped off the track so many times. I have the track cutting set up so that I can go off the track and it's not like deadly. Like, it's not like I put a wheel off and it immediately penalizes me or anything like that, but it still does seem like it's being pretty harsh. So I guess that's what regular mode is. I don't know what harsh would be. But so there's a lot of different things. First of all, it gives you a home area where you can check out some of the latest news. You have some items you could get. There's mail that you get, which is basically just, Codemasters emails, I would assume. You have a calendar. There's split screen in this game, which is kind of cool. And then there's an assist and game options portion. Solo is where I'm going to spend most of my time playing this game and talking to you guys. There's a driver career. There's a My Team, which I'm going to restart My Team and show off some of the features there. Then there's all the Grand Prix championships and the normal stuff. But then there's multiplayer. So there's weekly events that are ran. There's leagues, ranked, unranked. They got a really cool elaborate system involved this year with like safety rating and some other things. In fact, if I can go somewhere, I can look at my super license. Maybe it's a little further on. But they also have the F1 esports area as well, which is kind of cool because you can actually try to qualify for some of the esport events that they have. And, you know, the esport players that compete in this game make a lot of money. So be kind of cool if you could, you know, put some good laps together and end up racing against them. But that's kind of cool. And then customization, this is a complete overhaul this year. They allowed for custom car liveries. So I've already made a couple of my own liveries here, as you can see. You can create new. And I actually got the Schumacher edition, so I have a couple of these custom Michael Schumacher edition cars. And this is the 70 year edition livery that you can choose as well. But then you can also choose some of these basic liveries, and you can completely change the color and design of them, which is, to me, just like such a cool feature that they added to this game, and aspect that they included this time around that they really didn't need to, but to me it's really cool that they did. You can change all this stuff up, and then we'll just discard the changes. Back. And then you can go to sponsor decals, and there's different sponsor slots all over the cars, and then you can just kind of choose the sponsors that you want to put on the car. Again, just really cool. Like it's very basic right now. They don't have a lot of like elaborate system to it yet, but I'm assuming that this is like a precursor to either future games or add-ons to this game where you can have more car liveries and customization options, which, I mean, to me, I just think that's freaking awesome that we're even able to do that. But this character stuff is pretty similar from the past. As far as I know, you can choose a different avatar. So we'll just choose this gentleman here. And you can choose your country or region. Of course, I'm from the US, so we'll just choose that. YT, because we're on YouTube. Why not? YT. Bam. Must be 3 letters. YouTube Racing, something, I don't know. And you can choose a phonetic name. We'll just go Baxter. You can choose a driver number. Of course, I normally choose 52, but we'll deal with that at another time. Yeah, confirm profile. Sounds great. And then you can edit the character as well. So you have the profile that I edited. You can change his helmet. And again, I got some custom Schumacher liveries that I can use. But then you get these different helmet options where you can, again, change the colors around, change the saturation, the luminance, and of course, change the hue of the color in 3 different areas of the helmet. So again, that's just kind of cool to me. Customization options that they have. You can also design your own suit. I have some of the Schumacher suits, which to me look really, really cool. So I may run some of those, honestly. And then there's some standard edition suits that you can't change. And then these ones you can actually change the colors of. So again, you can make them darker. You can just completely change the color all around. Really, really cool stuff to me. All this customization that they have and are available. Glove options. Again, you can change the colors. I have some of the Schumacher edition gloves. And then you can do some character poses as well, because this is what shows up when you like show the driver off in some of these preview shots. Kind of unique there. And then there's podium emotes, which is like celebrations. So there's the 70th edition jumping one, and then the racing legend one here. A couple different options. Again, just kind of cool stuff that they added to the customization options. I think that was actually in 2019. I think this is new though, badges. So you can create your own badges, and this is used for in the create a team mode. You can use these, or you can use it to just like show off your own character online. And there's a lot of different options that you can select, where you use a multiplayer and super license, my team save. You can edit the logo. So it's got different styles for the backgrounds. The emblems also different, and you can change the color of all these. Like I said, just really elaborate, in-depth design features, which to me is really cool. Then they also have the 2020 cars, classic cars, and the F2 2019 category, because part of the career mode is Formula 2. So they have all these classic cars that you can use. This car, the Jordan, both Benettons, and this Ferrari are part of the Schumacher edition that I have. This is the 2000 Ferrari F1 2000. Both championship-winning Benettons for Schumacher and the car that he made his debut in, the Jordan 191. So that's kind of cool that they added the Schumacher edition ones when you pre-order the game, which I did. Then there's all these different other cars that, you know, kind of going through some of the recent history of racing. It doesn't go that far back. The earliest car is, I think, the 89 McLaren, or the 88 McLaren that Senna won the World Championship in. Again, just kind of cool. And then, like I said, they have the F2 teams, but, you know, we'll get into that a little bit later. They also have the F2 drivers, which is just insane. There's a theater mode where they show race highlights, but let's forego all that and jump into solo. And before I do driver career, I just want to start a new team real quick. So this is kind of cool. You can, you know, select the character. I already made a character. This guy tells you how to get kind of everything up and running. So we need to get a team name. So we'll enter the team name. We'll just do SYS space racing, just to be as fast as possible here, because it's going to take a long time to set all this up. Name length incorrect, so I need to be at least, what, 22? All right, let's do start your systems. To go the full shebang here. Just blanked on how to spell systems. There we go. It shows up here. There.
Let's choose our primary sponsor for
All right, so now we select primary sponsor. We get these different options here. They have signing bonuses and different goals that you have, so we'll just go quick and fast. Then you get to choose an engine supplier. In my career, I chose Honda, so we'll just stick with Honda here. And then you get to choose a second driver as well, so you get to choose between some of the talented F2 drivers. My man, Mahavir Raghunathan, just an absolute legend. Sean Galale, Juan Manuel Correa, we got Nikita Mazepin, we got Jordan King, Caleb Illott, and Jack Aitken to choose from, but they sometimes give you different options. It's not always the same options. We'll just go with Mr. Jack Aitken here, and it looks like we are good to go. We have enough money to get that driver and that engine supplier based on our signing bonus, so we'll confirm settings. Then we get to edit the livery. This is a car that I had already designed basically for this, so we'll just go with this one. No big deal. Badge select. Again, I already made this livery, so we'll go with that. And then team colors. I like the green, kind of like a lime green. SYS colors essentially is why I go that. And then a black and a white. And that looks good to me. And advanced. So now we've created the team, and then you can choose the season length. You want to do 22, 16, or 10 races, we'll do 22 races. And then you can do standard, casual, different toggle style of races. It makes you do full practice sessions because you need it to develop the car, so that's kind of cool. Qualifying, we'll do the full qualifying. Formation lap is on, race distance 25%, and I'll put the AI difficulty on the lowest medium setting. And I guess I could enable pro career, so that would disable all vehicle assists, but forget about that. And gameplay, flashbacks, park for mail on, blah, 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 regular starts assist, I want the safety car on, and vehicle damage at full, assists. Yeah, that all looks good to me. And yeah, this all looks good to me. So bam. Move on from there. Then it sends you to your team headquarters. And I just wanted to show this aspect of the game off. I don't want to sit here all day and talk about this, to be honest with you, because we're going to get into the career mode of the actual, you know, getting into a real team and all that business. So this is the beginning here where Will Buxton does a interview with you. He asks you about your team. So we'll listen to him here.
Hello folks, and welcome to the HQ of Formula One's newest team. We've been invited backstage to gain an exclusive insight into what could be one of the most exciting entries in the sport for many years. Now, we've seen a number of new teams enter the sport over the last decade, amongst their number Manor, Caterham, HRT, and of course Haas. And while some have proved to be successful, others have morphed into different teams, and some have disappeared completely. What marks this team out, though, as being something different is that its owner is also its driver. Now, there's a rich history of that in Formula One too. Sir Jack Brabham, John Surtees, Graham Hill, and Bruce McLaren all drove their own cars in the sport, but it has become increasingly rare in recent years. What's very special about this team, though, is that while the team itself is new to Formula One, so too is its driver and owner.
Whatever happens this season, you've already made the history books. Tell me.
So we get to answer a couple questions here, and some of these questions actually affect what your departments are doing. So 2 drivers, what was it looking, finding the right fit for our team, sounds good. And then it gets into the questions about how your team is. We'll just say we're going to beat Williams. And then it asks, how do you feel about the car? So this is where you can help your own department. So I'll say the chassis balance is incredible, and it says your chassis department will notice that. So then they like get a boost, basically. They work harder. Let's see. We got a fresh pair of ERS system. Why not? So powertrain department noticed that.
Overtaking is a key part of this
And
sport.
then
How have you ensured that your car can take advantage of each opportunity that comes your way?
and then this is your aero department. So there's many different departments that you
Finally,
can kind of improve
Which of your
upon.
new departments are you most proud of?
Durability. So we'll hit all the departments. Durability. Everybody noticed that. Cool.
Well, that's about all we've got time for.
All right,
here.
well,
Let's
thanks for
see
that.
How this fledgling team fares in its first Grand Prix.
Good questions asked all around. Great stuff, Mr. Wilbuxton. So we wrap up here. Then we go into kind of selecting the calendar for the team before we launch the car. So this loading screens in this game take forever. They're just super long. All right, so here we have a couple different options of what we could do. So we have activities that we could set up. Since we're on the 26th here, I'll do a 7-day activity, power and durability focus. Then we do a car review on the 6th and on the 7th. Let's go ahead and do preseason merchandise sale. So we got that set up. Messages, we got some new messages. Then we have different facilities where we can actually improve the car. And look, they have like this entire like thing that you can go through where you add different qualities and aspects of the vehicle to improve it, and they're working on them in all these different departments. You can shut down the entire facilities as well if it's costing you too much money, because you only have so much money to play with. We have $500,000 after our signing bonus and picking up those drivers and using a power supply. So because of that, we can't spend as much money, and we can't actually buy anything for the team right now. But you see they already actually upgraded some stuff here in the durability department, so that's kind of cool. So that's really, really cool to me. Then we have an R&D department where we have an R&D tree. You can ask for them to recommend you an upgrade. So it's like, cool, that looks like a good upgrade. We'll develop that. Uses some development points. So you have 1,000 to start with. We'll develop that upgrade. Bam. And it's going to help us move up on the chain here on the right-hand side. Scuderia Ferrari actually has the best car in the game, it appears, but we're down here with Haas and Rocket Williams Racing, and we're trying to improve the car and get it better so that it can go up against those other vehicles. And our second driver is able to move up through the field as well, not just me driving the car. So again, really, really important stuff that's going to help the team grow. Here is our engine allocations that we have, our power units and the different types that we have. If we go beyond those 2 or 3 allocated, engines, our units, our energy store, then we take penalties on the grid when we go to races. We have gearboxes that we can't go through more than 1 per event. Or else we'll take a grid penalty. Then we have weekend tire allocations. Here's our corporate, where once we start getting a bigger name for ourselves, we can get secondary, third sponsors, etc. Basically, once our level continues to grow, we're on level 1, but once we get to level 2, level 5, level 10, we can get more sponsors on board, and then obviously the season standings that show this off here. But corporate has a lot of different levels. So there's the contracts here. I can give myself some driver perks, so we can do that. Bam. Then the driver market is really cool as well, because we can actually get one of these drivers to drive for our team once our team is making enough money, and we enter a window where we can steal these drivers away from their team. So I could have Lewis Hamilton on Start Your Systems, which again, I'm going to probably do a lengthy career mode with my team, kind of discussing that. Finances kind of shows you where you're gaining and losing, how much money you spent, how much money you've earned, etc. Finance history shows you how much money you've spent over a period of time. Customization, we can change the team name, colors, badges, characters, car liveries, all that stuff. And then we get to look at some different things, some trophies, where our rivals are, driver details, just shows you how well you've done. And then here's back to overviews. So let's advance time real quick, and then I'm just going to back out before we go to the first Grand Prix. But you can see we got some weekly resources and running costs. We increased the power and durability after that focus training, and then we go to our car reveal here, which does this cool little intro scene kind of thing and shows off the car. Oh, just absolutely gorgeous car. There's no music playing because I don't want to get copyright strike, but it shows off the car as if we're revealing it to the public here, which is just kind of neat. Lovely stuff. Look at that gorgeous like lime green car. Not green, no green cars on the Formula One grid really, so figured it'd be a good color to go with, especially because it's SYS colors anyway. And then we can advance time, so we go through some more resource costs and stuff like that, and pre-merchandise sale give us some more cash. So now we're ready to go for the first race event of the season, but like I said, now is when I will quit to main menu. And I just wanted to show that off, really. We'll do a lengthy career mode video in that at some point, but I just wanted to show that off now because what I am going to do is actually go into the driver career mode instead of the team career mode. And we're going to basically wrap up this first video by doing the first leg of our driver career here. So we'll choose the custom character I made a little while ago. And this is kind of cool. So it gives you an experience. You could go straight to F1. You could just skip F2 and just go bam straight to F1. You could do a full F2 season, 12 feature and 12 sprint races, a short F2 season, 6 feature races, or an F2 taster, which is compete in 3 exciting races in your 2019 Formula 2 season on your road to Formula 1. How you perform will affect how you are viewed in Formula 1. I want this to be a full-fledged career mode, so we're doing a full F2 season here, and they're going to tell us about it now.
Championship where the best up-and-coming drivers in the world must compete in identical cars to hone their skills and showcase their talents to teams in the F1 paddock. Whichever Formula 2 experience you choose, your performance in the championship matters. Finish high up in the table and your Formula 1 career will start on a high, allowing you to more easily negotiate with the top teams on the grid.
So it just gives us a little idea of what we will be doing here. So we get to choose a team here. We got Carlin, ART, Dams, Virtuosi Racing, Prima, Sauber Junior Team, Campos, MP Motorsport, Arden, and Trident. And wish I could see the cars, but let's go with Prima because I think it's the Ferrari development program is Prima. Driver Academy. The Driver Academy will award you with driver acclaim if you sign with one of these teams. Oh, that's cool. So we got the Mercedes Driver Academy, the Ferrari Driver Academy, the Red Bull Driver Academy, and the Renault Driver Academy, McLaren, or none. So I get to kind of pick and choose here. We'll just do the Ferrari Driver Academy. Why not? Start our career. Formula 2 uses many of the same rules and regulations as Formula 1, but there are some important differences that may affect race strategy. Whereas a Formula 1 race weekend has one long race, a Formula 2 event incorporates 2 races, a longer feature race followed by a shorter sprint race. Both races award points based on your finishing position. In Formula 2, points are also awarded for the following: 4 points for achieving pole position qualifying, and 2 points per race are available for achieving the fastest lap. Finally, the grid order for the second race is determined by the driver's finishing position in the previous race. However, the first 8 drivers have their positions reversed on the grid, i.e. the driver who comes in first will be in 8th position on the grid for the following race. So that's kind of always interesting about Formula 2. Looks like I could enable a pro career, but I'm just going with the easy route. We got a single session of practice, short practice length qualifying. Position will be determined from a single lap. I'll do single session. Formation lap on. 25% race distance. Sprint race distance. So there's no formation lap if I do a sprint race. That's interesting. Let's do a 5-lap sprint race. How much is 25% of like normal races? We'll do a 3-lap sprint race. AR driver level will go to the medium difficulty here. I know it's not crazy, but oh well. Flashbacks on, park from air rules on, damage full, simulation I guess I'll do. Corner cutting, assists, braking assist off, but anti-lock brakes on, traction control on full, no dynamic racing line, pit assist on, pit release assist on, and then all this stuff off. And then for some reason, oh, there we go. Bam, start your session. That's okay. So it looks like we're going right into the first race at Bahrain. Grand Prix is a multi-stage event that runs alongside an actual Formula One Grand Prix weekend. Each event has 3 practice sessions, 1 qualifying session, and culminates in an online multiplayer race. So that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll try that out sometime, do it for a video. I'm excited to play this game. I think not many people really care about this that are into motocross, but I do. I really like Formula One. I'm a big motorsport head, gearhead essentially, and Formula One is pretty much my favorite thing to watch outside of motocross and supercross, so just super excited to play this. So we're here at the Grand Prix weekend. Looks like we're going to start off with practice. Look around. All right, so we'll do a couple of these things to get a little bit more familiar with the track before we go into qualifying. Haven't raced or even driven an F2 car in this game yet, so I'm kind of interested to see how this feels. Bahrain. Sakir. Oh, these cars do not stop near as fast as the Formula One cars do. All right, here we go. Ah, missed it. Ah, they don't turn as well either. Ah. Ah. Good enough. Completed the program. I just didn't get that 470 mark, but I feel like that's good enough, right? Got the extra points there. Let's do a qualifying pace one, and then we'll just jump into qualifying. So let's try to get the best possible time here we can get, and then see what we can do in qualifying. Again, these videos sometimes I feel like can get a little boring just because I'm so focused on the driving part, but this, you know, these games are so intense. You just feel like you have to really sit there and focus. Blew this corner. Maybe I need to turn the AI up, man. I'm smoking him. Boom. Got that done, no problem. All right, let's jump to qualifying. I don't want to spend all day here. Accelerate time. Or maybe I could just jump ahead. Man, my lap times are much, much better. So 8 lap and 3 lap feature race and sprint race. So we'll get through that, and then we'll call it a first video here.
Remind ourselves of the top 3, which are Brown, Hubert, and not
Brown, Hubert. That's kind of cool that Antoine Hubert is in this game. Unfortunately passed away last year. Racing in F2 at Spa. Violent crash there that took his life. But cool that he's in this game. Kind of carrying on his legacy. So we're doing a night qualifying session. Nice to see this. And why not? Let's just park from a regulations on. Give us a flying lap. And just give her. Ooh, this game looks pretty at night. All right, let's give us our best qualifying lap here we can give. King. Whoa. Send it down the inside. All right, 43. I think that's probably going to be good enough to get pole. Definitely going to need to increase AI difficulty as I move along in this series, but just trying to get it started here. And we'll move on to feature race. I'm happy if I don't get pole. I mean, it's good enough. Bam. And got an achievement.
And one Manuel Correa. Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Absolutely destroying everybody. 2.5 seconds ahead in laps. Come on. Oh, maybe I can increase the AI driver level here. Let's go up to 55. Maybe that'll make things a little bit more interesting in the race. We shall see. Okay, it is feature race day here.
And the Bahrain International Circuit, where the grid is forming up ready for today's race.
Boom. I want to see if it shows my cool mug starting from pole here. 28.5 degrees Celsius, man, it's a hot day.
3.36 miles of racing. Lots of opportunities to overtake throughout its 15 corners. Now, this track has a reputation for being brutal on the rear tyres, so keep an eye on how these young drivers manage their rubber. Strategy here will ultimately determine the winner.
Always got to be careful when someone young manages the rubber. There's the safety car.
Around here in 1 week, I believe, back in 2012. How on earth do you make the tyres last around this racetrack? They degrade so quickly.
To be honest, the key to the race is having
I think that's Davide Valsecchi.
get your car into a good position. Then
I'm already leading the
sit
Drivers'
as
Championship because I got
expected
pole.
and just at the end.
And we're all formed up on the grid here, the safety car. We're not going to do a formation lap. Here we go.
Brown lines up on pole position, and starting alongside is Antoine Hubert.
Boom, pole position right away.
Ilott, Nikita Mazepin, and Matsushita, Sete Camara, Calderon, De Vries, Jordan King, Boccolacci, Schumacher, Jack Aitken, and
Mick Schumacher. All right. Stuck with our current setup, so can't change anything. Just got to start the race. Pretty good jump, but I missed a shift. Hubert's got the inside. But I went around the outside. No DRS early on. Remember, the car is heavier with more fuel in it too. Only an 8-lap race. Bam, getting away from these guys, even with the increased difficulty. All right, no DRS, and I'm not even in a race where I could get DRS because I'm not behind somebody. Oh, people already diving into the pits. Do I need to make a pit stop? I didn't realize I did. Oop, I'm too deep here. Pit window lap 3 to 6. All right, pitting this lap. Interesting that they want to bring me in because I'm not going to rejoin. I'm going to switch off these soft compound tires and go onto probably the mediums, I would assume, is what they're going to put me on. But still kind of interesting because I'm going to be coming out down the order a little ways. Whoa. All right, pit this lap then. All right, down the pit lane we go. We're gonna get a fresh set of tires. Doesn't seem like anybody followed me. In fact, Mick Schumacher, my teammate's gonna go to the lead. And in we go. And we are back. We went on to another soft tire, so interesting. I still ended up 9 seconds in front of Hubert, though, so I should quite easily come out with the lead. Interesting that Nicholas Latifi, who's in the Rocket Williams F1 team in 2020, is also in Formula 2 in this game. But I guess that's what happens when you have the 2019 driver lineup end up in this game with the 2020 F1 drivers. All right, let's focus on some driving here. Oh, too deep. Oh. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to up the AI difficulty. It's a little bit too easy to pull away from these guys, I feel like. I know we're in the same cars, so it's supposed to be at least, like, it doesn't matter what car I'm in, I can just outdrive them, but still. Man, when are these guys ahead of me going into the pits? Man, I've definitely caught up to the back of this group, though. Surely they're about to all come in the pits, though. Wow, they're not. What the heck? We're going on a lap 7. It's going to be white flag next time by. I'm running fastest laps of the race, but I got to freaking pass a bunch of people. Otherwise, I'm going to lose this thing. Getting beat by Mahavir Raghunathan, my gosh. Can't be stupid here. Gotta pick my spots. That is not a good spot to try to pass. Ooh, look at that, around the outside. All right, I hope a lot of these guys are about to come in the pits. I mean, they can't all have pitted earlier, right? This is just a bunch of people that haven't pit yet. Oh. I'm getting away from Ragunathan. Come on, I'll dive into the pits. They're not. What? I'm so confused what just happened. So, I guess... Man, did I need to pit? I'm so confused. I don't know, I gotta make a lot of passes here. Get some points. Damn. I'm so confused. And Schumacher won the race, and none of these guys pit. What the heck? All right, I guess I'm gonna finish 7th in this race. What? I'm so confused. Started from pole, and everybody pit, and they told me to pit too, and then. And wow, Mick Schumacher, driver of the day. I mean, came from 12th to win the race. Makes perfect sense, but I'm still so confused. What the heck?
That's a fantastic performance from Prema. It hardly looked in doubt.
I guess next time, don't pit.
Key to this success.
Well, I'm not sure what we just saw, but one thing's for sure. Today's winner has certainly showed they have no fear battling it out on the track.
It looks like it's
okay.
time for the victory ceremony once again.
I'm still so
I can see the
confused.
drivers
Although I'm
beginning
going to
to
start
make their way
from
out for the celebrations.
2nd or
So
3rd or
it's
so
time
because
to
of the
see how
reversed
this
order.
result affects the Drivers'
2nd?
Championship. Mick Schumacher takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship.
What
That
the
excellent
heck?
result. Now then, Davide
I mean,
Valsecchi,
look at
who
how many
would you
people
say was
didn't
your
stop in
driver
this
of the
race.
day?
I guess they
Got to be
didn't need to.
Mick
I'm
Schumacher.
so confused.
He attack, whole race long. He was amazing.
And here's how things are shaping up.
But
in
on the
Teams
weekend, I'm still in
Championship.
pretty good
Prema
shape, I
moves
guess,
to the
because...
top of the table. After all
Huh.
this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see
Okay,
you then.
all right, so let's go to the sprint race and wrap up this video. I'm still just so confused what just happened. I thought for sure everybody needed to have at least one pit stop in the feature race, but I guess not if their tires were lasting the whole time. So noted. Next feature race, I'll just go the full distance and not pit, and I'll probably get a penalty because it'll be like, you were supposed to pit, idiot. So let's get the sprint race done, 3-lapper, starting from 2nd. We're stuck in Park Fermé, so we'll just get after it. I missed some shifts again. Trying to play it so safe. Lap 1's not even over yet, bro. No, not gonna go for it. Square him off here. Get a drive. Nope. Alright, we're on him now. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. All right, getting away here from Lucas Sciadio. And final lap coming up. So it's going to be a prima sweep of the weekend if I win this thing, as my teammate Mick Schumacher won the feature race, but still I'm just, man, so confused. Oh, a little too deep into turn one, that's okay. Tell you what, that was not the easiest sprint race to win, I'll tell you that. Still glad I won it, but whew. I'm just, I don't know what to think. I didn't even get driver of the day. I started second and win the race and I didn't get driver of the day. Come on, Nick DeVries. Give me driver of the day, buddy.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Pramac.
My receding hairline boss is just stoked, although he was probably more excited with Mick Schumacher and his victory.
What set them apart from the competition here?
This race, this win, was about one thing and one thing only: consistency. Anyone can be quick for just one lap, but there's a difference between that and being quick every lap, over and over and over. If you can do that, if you can gain ground when your opponents make mistakes, but then not make mistakes on your own, you can just push and push.
As we look
Yeah,
back
you tell
on
him.
a thrilling race here today, we can now see the
Yeah,
drivers take
big
their
fist
places
pump,
on
nice
the podium. It's
jump and
been
fist
exciting
pump.
by now.
So
Another
excited.
successful F2
First
for
win.
Pramac.
Telling all them, I just smoked everybody. Look at me go. Oh, gorgeous. The confetti falls. Yay, the crowd's so excited, and they're like, who gives a crap about this Formula 2 race? Let's get on with the
Let's take a
F1
look
show.
at the drivers' standings. It was not the best weekend for our championship leader.
All right, sprint race feature, and for the weekend, actually, Mick Schumacher and I tied. It's kind of funny.
Oh, there's a lot of options, but my instinct
My
says
qualifying,
leave
my
the
fastest
race.
lap,
Looking down the
really
field,
helping me out
no
there,
one
but
really
tie
jumps
atop
out
the
at
time
me
or
to
the
change my
points
mind.
table
On to the
between
teams then.
myself and my teammate,
Top of the
Mick
table.
Schumacher.
There will be plenty more twists and turns
Interesting
to come
stuff.
this season. I hope you'll join us.
So let's advance. I think it's just going to send us right into the second race at Azerbaijan, but we're going to end the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. A first look at F1 2020, a pretty long video, but wanted to get as much information in there as possible, as much about the game as I possibly could. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing these videos, keep having more updates on the channel about this stuff. Really excited to continue this series, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. But for now, I'll leave you guys with a lovely sayonara, and hopefully you guys are enjoying your day wherever you are. But we'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.